Voiceover. On Thursday, tens of thousands across France gathered to protest Emmanuel Macron's plan to raise the pension age to 64. In Paris, some protesters set fires, while in Lyon, police were forced to use tear gas. The plan has created a political crisis in Macron's second term as president, with weekly protests, university barricades and more young people taking part. The government, however, has refused to scrap their plan. All sides await a decision by France's Constitutional Council, but with protests still going strong, Macron's popularity has taken a plunge. Polls now shows that the far-right Marine Le Pen would defeat him if the election were to be repeated today. The protests are yet another example of people standing together to take a stand against inequality. The French have demanded a voice, and now it's time for the government to listen. The discussion around pensions has been happening for weeks, but it only continues to heat up. Already, schools, trains, aviation and refineries have been affected by strikes, with transport disruptions increasing. Investors have become increasingly worried about the state of France's pension system. Amid all of this, trade unions have a message: either we win this, or the far right will. It's a warning that has accompanied the protests weekly, echoing in the streets of Paris, Lyon, and Nantes. The protests have been peaceful, and growing. People exercise their right to free speech, to make their voices heard, and fight for their futures. What kind of world do we want to build? This is something the French people are asking, and it is one that we should all be asking ourselves. But while the French people stand together, they remain no closer to a solution. News of Macron's proposed plan has provoked further outcry all around the city, with some calling his plan unfair and discriminatory, a violation of social justice. The protests have now come to a tipping point, forcing Macron to make a choice. Will he stand his ground, or will he listen to the people? Will he be able to mend this deep rift between the French people and their government? Only time will tell. But what is certain is that for now, the French people will not give up the fight. They are willing to continue the movement, to stand together in strength, and believe in justice for all.